Hello and welcome back to the Common Colt Podcast, a Colts podcast with real takes and no clickbait. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler. Dan, how's it going?
Doing good. Enjoying the combine as it's moving on. Today was a big day for the cornerbacks, and yet we don't think the Colts are going to really spend too much time on cornerbacks, maybe a late round pick. But the other thing that came out today was some of the quarterbacks, and the top four big guys had some interviews. I think we got some comments about these interviews, Josh.
Yeah, we do, and some were good and some were not so good. Obviously, CJ Stroud was a big name who made some big waves. But before we talk about him too much, I just want to say, if you guys could subscribe to our channel, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers, and it would mean just a lot if you did. But back to CJ Stroud, who, again, made waves by a few comments. First, he talked about his athleticism and how he regretted not moving around as much because he feels that he's a more athletic player than what some people think he is. But the next comment he made was that he looked up to Michael Vick and Deshaun Watson, maybe more of his gameplay than actually off the field, but it still made waves and Twitter, and some people were pretty hard on him. What do you think about some of this stuff?
Yeah, the first thing with the athleticism, I mean, I don't know, man. You see what a guy can do. He's going to get chased down by guys. He's going to run away. That kind of, I'll set that aside for right now. To me, the bigger one is, pulling out the Deshaun Watson card. And now, to me, it's just poor judgment, poor just reading the room. You might think Deshaun Watson plays really well, and your gameplay might be like him, like you said, but he's such a hot potato right now. You just don't want to touch that guy. No pun intended on that. But it's just this idea that, pick a different quarterback, pick someone else that you're gonna choose. I mean, Deshaun Watson, like, come on, man.
Yeah, for me, when I think about CJ Stroud in those comments, obviously, I don't think he's saying that he is a Deshaun Watson or Michael Vick off the field. But when you're a quarterback, you're the leader of a franchise. And leaders, whether it's a football player or a guy at your work who's cutting meat or working at Walmart or whatever, they have to be emotionally intelligent and be aware. They have to be able to read the room, and they have to know the things, every situation. So amplify that by a million when it comes to a franchise quarterback. And just to make those comments, it just came across a little just dumb, to tell the truth. And he also said some things that I think as Colts fans we're not used to hearing from our starting quarterback, which is that he called himself the best player in college football in the last 2 years. For me, we never heard that from an Andrew Luck or a Peyton Manning type. So I think he rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. I'm not saying this guy's draft stock is going to drop, but I don't love it.
Yeah. If we're just gauging him on today, I don't think it was a good day. I'm going to push back on you a little bit, and I think you want your quarterback to be a little bit confident. I think we're going to see that in some other things too, that were said today. Will Levis, talking about having a cannon, the biggest arm that's come out over the last few seasons. Hey, I want my quarterback to believe in themselves. That's a good thing. Yet they've also got to realize when to take the check down too. So it's kind of a little bit of a balance here. And, I'm not too turned off by that, but if you're kind of gauging this day, his stock went down today.
Now, Bryce Young, on the other hand, I thought he was very respectable today. Obviously, he was hounded about his size, but he said, this is a quote, "I'm grateful for everyone's opinions and for the media, for all the coverage and everything, but honestly, I'm not really on social media that much. I'm not really watching too much about me, but I do respect everyone." And he says he's within the 200-pound range.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. And I don't think he really rose his stock any, but it's not like he grew 3 inches overnight, but he didn't lose it either. I think that's a franchise quarterback statement.
Yeah, and I also heard that he was almost answering some of the offensive coordinator type questions before they even finished him. Like his IQ, his football knowledge seemed to pop off the charts when it came to these interviews. So I'm with you too. I think Bryce Young, his stock went up today just on the interview process. And I'm kind of, it's still too early to pick which one, but I was really impressed with Bryce Young today. And the other guy, last one we haven't really talked much about, but Anthony Richardson, just from what they're saying, he is just killing these interviews. Teams are falling in love with him. I think about 12, I think I saw last counted, 12 different teams interviewed him or something like that. It's a ridiculous number. I think he's moving up into the top 10. I'm starting to get really excited about Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, he said some things like, he wants to be a legend. He has aspirations to be named in the air of Mahomes and Brady, and just kind of joked around, so he didn't know what the project label meant. But yeah, I don't think his stock dropped today. One thing I do want to comment about Will Levis that I missed earlier. Will Levis said that the Colts were not on his list of people who he met with teams wise. So the Colts haven't met with Will Levis yet. I don't know if there's a reason behind that. It doesn't mean a whole lot right now, I don't think, but just interesting.
Could be a smokescreen too. It could be a smokescreen. You never know.
So yeah, you don't. So that's kind of what we learned from the big hitter quarterbacks today. Obviously, I think Stroud was the biggest loser today, and some of these other guys did what quarterbacks do and say a lot but not say anything. And that's kind of the art of the politics that is an NFL quarterback.
So right now, what do you have, Josh? What do you think as far as who's the guy that you'd like them to take right now today?
Bryce Young. I was a Stroud guy, but after today and after watching some more film, I've been kind of in the film room looking. Bryce Young reminds me more of Mahomes than anybody. This league is turning into a Mahomes type of league, and I'm going Young. What about you?
I think I'm Young right now is my number one. I think Richardson might be number two. I'm really starting to get excited about this kid. I think he's got just a high ceiling and the right attitude to it. So those are my top two right now.
Wow. So I'm not there on Richardson, but hey, that's why you're the guy on the right and I'm the guy on the left. Let me know what you guys think. Rate these quarterbacks in order. Let us know. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, the Common Colt Podcast, a Colts podcast with real takes and no clickbait. And until next time, see you around.